Hello everyone, and welcome back to Life Single Review. I'm so glad you're here with us today. I hope you're all doing well, staying healthy, and finding moments of peace in your busy lives. Today we're diving into a story that will touch your heart and make you think deeply about what really matters in life. What happens when a woman who left for money suddenly returns after 3 years? Can true love stand strong against schemes designed to tear it apart? How will a man protect the new happiness he's found with someone who truly values him? And here's something mysterious. Who left that gift at their doorstep? And what does it mean for their future? This is a story about love, betrayal, determination, and the quiet strength it takes to choose character over cash. You won't want to miss a single moment of this emotional journey. So before we begin, please hit that like button, subscribe to Life Single Review, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our stories. Trust me, you'll want to stay until the very end of this one. Let's get started. Our story begins with a woman arriving at a modest house, hoping to see someone special. But instead of a warm welcome, she's greeted by the fierce barking of a small dog who seems determined to protect his territory. For nearly 10 minutes, this tiny guardian refuses to let her near, barking non-stop despite his small size. The woman doesn't get angry or leave. Instead, she sits down patiently, talking to the dog in a gentle voice. She offers him fruit, though he doesn't seem interested. She notices something heartbreaking. This brave little dog can't walk properly. His hind legs are injured, yet he still tries so hard to do his job. As she watches the disabled dog struggle, something shifts inside her. She fetches water for him, and slowly, he begins to trust her. The woman sits there in the peaceful garden, looking around at the simple beauty of the place, and she says something that reveals the pain she's carrying. Even with your condition, your life is still easier than mine. She admits that having a life this peaceful seems impossible for her. Too many things make her feel pressured. This moment tells us so much about who she is. Someone dealing with hardships we don't yet fully understand. But someone with a kind heart and endless patience. Later, we see this woman with Dee, the man she's come to love. They're working together at an Areca nut drying facility, doing hard physical labor side by side. But there's joy in their exhaustion. They laugh together, tease each other, and Day even pulls a cart with her sitting in it, both of them giggling like children. The work is tough, carrying heavy logs, lifting stone trays. But they have each other, and that makes everything bearable. Huyen mentions her shoulder hurts from the work, and Day immediately offers to massage it for her. These small acts of care show us what their relationship is really about. After work, they decide to stop by Dee's old house to pick up a blanket. As they arrive, Dee casually mentions where he keeps the key. He's been here so many times with Huyen that it feels natural. But this house carries heavy history. It's the home he once shared with his ex-wife, Tui. And legally, her name is still on the property documents. They sit and talk about serious matters. A coastal road is being built, and this land might be claimed for the project. The government will offer compensation, but the land is registered under both Dee's and Tui's names. Day has already called his mother to discuss how to handle the division of property legally. His mother made it clear. Even she has a share in this land if it goes to court. But then the mood lightens. They walk through the garden together, and Day shows Huyen the vegetables growing there. Beautiful Thai eggplants, mustard greens, and gourd vines. Huyen is delighted by how fresh and abundant everything is. Depicts young eggplants for her to eat raw with salt, praising how crunchy and sweet they are because they're grown without pesticides. They gather vegetables to take home, talking about planting more in the future, making plans together like any couple dreaming of their life ahead. As evening approaches and Huyen's back aches from the day's work, Dee gently massages her shoulders. She does the same for him, their hands caring for each other's tired bodies. In this simple garden, surrounded by vegetables they picked themselves, they find a moment of pure contentment. These are two people who found something real, not built on money or status, but on genuine care, shared labor, and the simple dream of building a peaceful life together. They don't know that in just moments, their peace is about to be shattered. And then, just like that, everything changes. As Day massages Huyen's sore shoulders and they're laughing softly together, a voice cuts through their peace like a knife. "Hey, what are you two doing here? We haven't divorced yet, and you bring some girl home, laughing and acting all romantic like that." It's Tui, Dee's ex-wife, standing there with fury in her eyes. The shock on their faces is immediate. Huyen politely greets her. "Hello, sister." But Tui isn't interested in politeness. She demands to know what they're doing there, her voice dripping with accusation and anger. Dee asks why she came back without telling him, but Tui fires back with bitter sarcasm. "Why can't I come back? If I didn't, how would I catch this scene?" She looks at them with disgust, mocking them. Poor but still trying to act romantic. Then she turns to Huyen with cold authority. "This is my house. This land is still legally mine. You get out of my house." The territorial claim is clear. Tui isn't here to reconcile. She's here to assert her rights, to remind them that, legally, she still has power over this property. Dee steps forward, his voice steady, but filled with years of hurt. "What right do you have to kick her out? You left me for another man for the past 3 years. Now you come back and want to interfere in my life again. I don't think you have that right anymore." His words carry the weight of abandonment, of being left behind while Tui chased after wealth with someone else. He tells her directly, "You chased wealth and left me for another man for 3 years. Since the day you left, I no longer considered you my wife. You have no right to interfere in my life." But Tui doesn't back down. Instead, she attacks him where it hurts most. "Oh, you blame me. Why not blame yourself for being poor? If you can't give me comfort, of course I have to find another man." Her words are cruel, but they reveal her true values. Then she turns her attention to Huyen, her voice filled with contempt. "And you, there are plenty of men out there. Why cling to my husband? A poor, backward man with no stable job. Why follow him? He has no future." This is when Huyen speaks up, and her words are powerful. "Sister, rich or poor is only temporary. But once a person loses their character, no amount of money can buy it back. The statement hangs in the air, a direct challenge to everything Thuy represents. But Thuy laughs it off. Character? Can character feed you? Or will you starve hugging your character? She reminds them that her name is still on the land title, that legally, she's still Dee's wife, and Huyen has no right to interfere in family matters. Dae has heard enough. He tells Thuy clearly, I know you no longer have any affection for me. You only came back because of this land. The division of property will be handled by the law. Thuy doesn't even try to hide it anymore. Yes, I'm being realistic. Who can live on love? Love doesn't feed you. She predicts that Huyen will eventually leave Dae too, just like she did. But Huyen stands firm. I'm not like you. I didn't come to him because of money, but because he's hardworking and knows how to care for others. Being poor isn't scary. What's scary is being rich in money, but poor in conscience. Thuy fires back. Without money, can a person truly be happy? And Huyen responds with conviction. We may not be wealthy, but we have our hands and our minds. As long as we have strong love, we can overcome any hardship. Dae finally ends the confrontation, telling Thuy they'll settle everything in court. As he and Huyen prepare to leave, Thuy shouts after them, I won't let you two live in peace. If I don't get the bigger share, this matter won't be over. You two just wait. This isn't finished. As they walk away, Thuy mutters to herself in disbelief. How could I lose to a penniless woman after that storm of accusations and anger? Dae and Huyen need space to breathe. They find a quiet spot by the river, away from all the chaos. The sound of flowing water seems to calm their racing hearts. Dae asks Huyen to sit down with him, and for a while, they just sit there in silence, letting the cool breeze wash over them. Sometimes we need a quiet space to relax and ease the tension, Dae says softly. He can see that Huyen is still troubled, her mind replaying everything that just happened. Huyen finally speaks, her voice uncertain. I feel a bit awkward. She's processing not just the confrontation, but what it means for their future together. Dae tries to explain. You have to understand me too. I didn't want you to witness things like that. She only came back with her own intentions. It's all because of that land. There's no love left between her and me. But Huyen's worry goes deeper. She confesses what's really bothering her. I feel like maybe she didn't come back just for the property. Not just for that land. I think she still doesn't want to let go of you. Dae turns to her, his voice gentle but firm. That's not true, dear. You're overthinking it. She already has a new lover. She left with another man. That's why she abandoned me for the past 3 years. He wants Huyen to understand that Thuy made her choice long ago. And it wasn't him. Besides, he continues, even if she still had feelings, in my heart, there is only you. The weight of those words settles between them, a promise, a commitment. But Huyen's insecurity surfaces again. But what if she still wants to hold on to you? This is the fear of any woman who loves a man with complicated history. Dae takes her hand and speaks words that will stay with her forever. Don't worry. In this life, I only have you. I've already decided to leave everything behind and start over. And now I have you. You are the meaning of my life. When she tries to protest, he stops her. In my heart, there is only you. Only you in my heart. Even if rivers dry and stones wear away, my love is always for you. He reflects on how everything changed when he met her and Maya. Since I met you and Maya, my whole life has changed completely. Then, trying to lighten the mood, he picks a flower. A Spanish needle flower that also has medicinal properties. He tucks it gently into her hair, telling her, "This flower is beautiful, but still not as beautiful as you." She laughs, accusing him of flattery again, but her smile returns. They watch fish rising in the river, and for a moment, everything feels right again. When they finally arrive home, they discover something unexpected. A gift sitting at their doorstep. Neither of them knows who brought it. Bibi, their little dog, was home alone and can't tell them who visited. They wonder aloud, could it be Maya's grandfather? Perhaps he came to see his granddaughter and left a gift when no one was home. Dimensions that the old man hasn't visited recently. And maybe he came while they were at work. Poor him. He's a good man, Huyen says sympathetically. He's old now. I feel sorry for him. Day agrees. They discuss the complicated situation carefully. Everything is in the past, Dee says. Besides, he and his wife are still Maya's grandparents. Huyen wrestles with her feelings. I don't know what to do. If he visits again while I'm home, we'll talk and see how things are. I've thought a lot. After all, they love Maya. He used to love Maya so much, and me too. I'm just afraid of her. She once kicked us out. If I bring Maya back now, will she make things difficult? Dee understands her concern. You're right. Let's just take things slowly. They decide that when Maya has a day off, perhaps she can spend time with her grandfather. There's a glimmer of hope here, that even broken families can find ways to reconnect, especially for the sake of a child's love. As evening settles in, they prepare a simple dinner together. Huyen stir-fries mustard greens with garlic, while Day makes fragrant eggs fried with cilantro. The vegetables they picked from the garden earlier taste incredibly sweet and fresh. They joke and tease each other while cooking. And when they finally sit down to eat, Dee looks at the simple meal and says something beautiful. Earning wealth is hard, but taking care of you and the little one, that I can do. He plans to go catch some fish later to grill for Maya. Despite everything they face today, despite the threats and the uncertainty about their future, they have this moment. They have each other. And somehow, that's enough. And so we reach the end of today's chapter in Day and Huyen's journey. A day that took them from peaceful moments in a garden to a confrontation that tested everything they believe in. And finally, back to the quiet comfort of home. This story shows us something powerful. That real love isn't about what you own, but about who you become when you're together. Day and Huyen don't have wealth, but they have something Thuy lost long ago. Integrity, loyalty, and the courage to choose character over cash. But their story is far from over. Will Thuy make good on her threats? What will happen when the court decides about the land? And what about Maya's grandfather? Will he return? And can this fractured family find a way to heal for the sake of a little girl who deserves to know her grandparents? Thank you so much for watching until the very end. Now I want to hear from you. What did you think about how Huyen stood up to Tui? Do you believe Day should let Maya reconnect with her grandparents? What do you think will happen next? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story touched your heart, please hit that like button, subscribe to Life Single Review, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Share this video with friends who appreciate real stories about real love. This is Life Single Review, and I'll see you in the next story. Take care, everyone.